So what I'd like to do is I'd like to show you why wheat is playing such a large role in diabetes. In about the 1950s, wheat was put through intensive crossbreeding to produce a plant with a high yield to save the starvation crisis in Mexico, in Africa, in India. The problem was when the wheat was this high with the high yield, before the grain fully ripened, the stalk would break and the plant would die. So back to the drawing board. So eventually they came up with a plant that only grows about this high, has a thick stem, and it can hold the high yield. Dr. Norman Bulag in 1969, notice the timing, 1969, he got a Nobel Prize for his hybridized wheat. Now no one complains about the helping with the starvation crisis, but what was never addressed was the effect of this hybridized wheat on the human body. Now in that hybridized wheat, what was created was a starch called amylopectin A. Now amylopectin A is the starch that is found in the hybridized wheat, and it gets the blood sugar level up very high, very fast, and then you always get a corresponding dump, and that is what our pancreas does not like. It's actually, no cell in the body likes it, because up here you've got overload of glucose, and down there you've got a depletion. Let me give you something to compare it with. Amylopectin B is found in bananas and potatoes, and if you are familiar with the glycemic index of foods, bananas and potatoes get the blood glucose level up fairly high. The glycemic index of foods is how quickly the glucose in the food gets released into the bloodstream. So amylopectin B found in bananas and potatoes, that gets the blood glucose level up not quite as high and not quite as fast, and thus not quite as low. If I'm quick, I can get away with it. Amylopectin C is found in garbanzos, lentils, lima beans, all your legumes. What does it do? It gets a nice steady high and a nice steady low. And that's exactly what every cell in the body likes. It's what the pancreas loves. Now what I want to show you, now that I've shown you about the amylopectin A, the starch found in the hybridized wheat, and how it gets the blood sugar level up very high, very fast. The amylopectin B found in bananas and potatoes, quite a quick rise, but not quite as high as the amylopectin A. And of course, the higher they go, the bigger the dump. And then amylopectin C is the type of starch found in legumes, chickpeas, lima beans, black-eyed peas, garbanzos. And that is the blood sugar level that your body loves. Every cell in the body loves. The pancreas loves. There's no crisis. It's a steady, consistent delivery of fuel. Now let's have a look at this in relation to the glycemic index. Glycemic index is how quickly the glucose gets released into the blood. So your baseline is 55. Anything under 55 is considered low GI. Let me give you a couple of illustrations. Cherries, 26. Grapefruit is 25. So there are two fruits that are excellent for diabetics, because it's not going to get the blood sugar level up high. Sugar, whether it be white, whether it be brown, whether it be tan coloured, whatever it be, it has a glycemic index of 59. And we're not surprised. Refined wheat, so that's white bread, white pasta, 69. Huh? 69? So this refined wheat gets the blood sugar level up higher and quicker than sugar. Whoa. I'm glad you're sitting down for the next pieces of information, because it's shocking. Wholemeal wheat, Gets the blood sugar level up very high, very fast, 72. And what are diabetics told to eat? Wholemeal, whole grain bread, whole grain cereal, whole grain pasta. Why does wholemeal wheat get the blood sugar level up quicker than refined wheat? It's because it's got more amylopectin A in it. Because it's not refined, it's got more of that starch in it. And that amylopectin A is the starch that gets the blood sugar level up very high, very fast. So, Sister Barbara, are you saying that white bread's better than brown bread? No, I'm not saying that. Obviously, wholemeal is going to give you a little bit of fibre and not clog up your colon. I'm just showing you. I'm just giving you the facts on the glycemic index. Now, I presented this one day at our health retreat and a lady began to cry. I said, why are you crying? She said, I'm a type 2 diabetic. She said, I was diagnosed 2 years ago. She said, I do everything I'm told. I have wholemeal pasta, wholemeal bread, wholemeal cereal. And every 6 months I go to the doctor and he puts me on more insulin. What's the definition of insanity? To do what you've always done and expect different results. She said, I'm crying tears of frustration because I'm doing everything they're telling me. And it's getting worse. She said, I am crying tears of joy because you've just solved the puzzle. It's the hybridized wheat. No wonder in Australia we've got 400 new diabetics being diagnosed every day. And I know that America would be no different to that.